American Indian Stories by Zitkala-Sa, The School Days of an Indian Girl, Chapter 5, Iron Routine. A loud, clamoring bell awakened us at 6:30 in the cold winter mornings. From happy dreams of western rolling lands and unlassoed freedom, we tumbled out upon chilly bare floors back again into a pale-faced day. We had a short time to jump into our shoes and clothes and wet our eyes with icy water before a small handbell was vigorously rung for roll call. There were too many drowsy children and too numerous orders for the day to waste a moment in any apology to nature for giving her children such a shock in the early morning. We rushed downstairs, bounding over 2 high steps at a time, to land in the assembly room. A pale-faced woman, with a yellow-covered roll book open on her arm and a gnawed pencil in her hand, appeared at the door. Her small, tired face was coldly lighted with a pair of large gray eyes. She stood still in a halo of authority, while over the rim of her spectacles her eyes pried nervously about the room. Having glanced at her long list of names and called out the first one, she tossed up her chin and peered through the crystals of her spectacles to make sure of the answer, "Here." Relentlessly, her pencil black-marked our daily records if we were not present to respond to our names, and no chum of ours had done it successfully for us. No matter if a dull headache or the painful cough of slow consumption had delayed the absentee, there was only time enough to mark the tardiness. It was next to impossible to leave the iron routine after the civilizing machine had once begun its day's buzzing, and as it was inbred in me to suffer in silence rather than to appeal to the ears of one whose open eyes could not see my pain, I have many times trudged in the day's harness, heavy-footed, like a dumb, sick brute. Once I lost a dear classmate. I remember how well she used to mope along at my side, until one morning she could not raise her head from her pillow. At her deathbed, I stood weeping, as the pale-faced woman sat near her, moistening the dry lips. Among the folds of the bedclothes, I saw open the pages of the white man's Bible. The dying Indian girl talked disconnectedly of Jesus the Christ and the pale face who was cooling her swollen hands and feet. I grew bitter, and censured the woman for cruel neglect of our physical ills. I despised the pencils that moved automatically, and the 1 teaspoon which dealt out from a large bottle, healing to a row of variously ailing Indian children. I blamed the hard-working, well-meaning, ignorant woman who was inculcating in our hearts her superstitious ideas. Though I was sullen in all of my little troubles, as soon as I felt better, I was ready to smile upon the cruel woman. Within a week, I was again actively testing the chains which tightly bound my individuality like a mummy for burial. The melancholy of those black days has left so long a shadow that it darkens the path of years that have since gone by. These sad memories rise above those smoothly grinding school days. Perhaps my Indian nature is the moaning wind which stirs them now for their present record. But however tempestuous this is within me, it comes out as the low voice of a curiously colored seashell, which is only for those ears that are bent with compassion to hear it.